Kevin Feige and the Sniper Syndicates are sent on a mission to try to destroy the Marvelous Friends podcast.
This is
Marvelous Friends. Marvelous Friends.
Welcome to the Marvelous Friends podcast.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Marvelous Friends podcast. This is comic book movie news. This is a segment on our podcast that we are bringing to you here on YouTube. And so thank you for joining us. We're going to do something a little bit different in this episode because there's been something that's been going on this whole week. AI has been just through the roof, and OpenAI, ChatGPT, whatever you want to call it. People are just going crazy on this site, coming up with businesses, coming up with whole resumes on this thing. And so we decided, you know what? Let's go to this website and come up with our own stories involving Marvel characters. And we got a little bit of creative angle on these things. And so come join the fun, come join the conversation. I think this is going to be a really, really fun one. And neither one of us know the stories. And so we're in for a surprise.
Right, y'all. I got a story for us, and I call it Attack on Christmas. The Tracksuit Gang was notorious for their criminal activities in the city. They had committed numerous robberies and were known for their violent and aggressive behavior. But this year, they had taken their criminal activities to a new low by stealing Christmas. Hawkeye and his apprentice, Kate Bishop, had been keeping an eye on the Tracksuit Gang for some time, knowing that they were up to no good. When news broke that the gang had stolen Christmas, they knew they had to act fast. Hawkeye and Kate sprang into action, using their unique skills to track down the gang. They worked tirelessly, following leads and gathering information. It was a dangerous mission, but they were determined to stop the gang and bring them to justice.
Wow.
As they closed in on the gang's hideout, they could hear the sound of carolers, in the distance. It was a stark contrast to the violence and chaos that the Tracksuit Gang had brought to the city. Hawkeye and Kate burst into the hideout, surprising the gang members. They fought bravely, taking down the gang one by one. In the end, they managed to retrieve the stolen gifts and return them to the children who were meant to receive them. But they didn't stop there. Hawkeye and Kate knew that the carolers who had been attacked by the gang also deserved justice. They tracked down the gang members responsible and made sure they paid for their crimes. On Christmas morning, Hawkeye and Kate arrived at the homes of the children who had been affected by the theft. They knocked on the doors, and when the children opened them, they were greeted with smiles and bags full of presents. As the day went on, the carolers who had been attacked also received a surprise visit from Hawkeye and Kate. They brought with them new instruments and even a new Santa hat for each member of the group. Slowly but surely, the city started to come back to life. The joy and kindness that had been stolen by the Tracksuit Gang were being restored by the community thanks to the efforts of Hawkeye and Kate. The Tracksuit Gang may have thought they could steal Christmas, but there were no match for the superheroes who refused to let them win. Hawkeye and Kate had saved the day, and the spirit of the holiday was alive and well in the city once again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So ridiculous.
Not much has changed. It's the same story.
Same story. It's the same story. This is how they produce Hawkeye. They use AI.
For real.
They use ChatGPT.
Yo, maybe She-Hulk was trying to tell us something.
Ha!
Bro, I mean, I can see it on Disney Plus. What can I say? It's literally this. It fits right in the story.
There's no Kingpin though.
I mean,
that's the thing.
for the best.
He in Hawaii chilling. All right. Well, let me do my story. So technically this is a story, but it's more of it's a preview to Marvel's Ultimate Challenge. It is a reality show. I got 2 seasons worth of material that this ChatGPT generated. So I'll go through season 1.
Oh my gosh.
So here's season 1 of Marvel's Ultimate Challenge. In this reality TV show, Daredevil, Wolverine, Iron Man, and Scarlet Witch compete against each other in challenges to win a grand prize. Jean Grey's Dark Phoenix persona makes a surprise appearance as a guest, adding an unexpected twist to the game. Spider-Man provides comic relief, and Deadpool hosts the show, but a surprise Marvel character takes over the hosting duties from Deadpool midway through the season. For some reason, ChatGPT does not name this character, so we don't know who it did, who took over from Deadpool. We'll just say it was Kang. It's one of his variants. ChatGPT doesn't know the variant of Kang. The winner of the show is Iron Man, to be the most strategic and adaptable contestant. However, due to the stress of being on the show, Iron Man loses connection with his companions, including his love interest, Pepper Potts. He becomes consumed by the game and forgets the values that made him a hero in the first place. Kamala Khan, as a Marvel character and a fan of the contestants, writes a review of the show expressing her excitement and admiration for the characters. She comments on how the show's challenges push the contestants to their limits and showcases their unique abilities. Jen Walters, aka She-Hulk, writes a review of the show criticizing the exploitive nature of reality TV and how it goes against the values of heroism. She raises concerns about the impact of the show on the mental health of the contestants and how it can potentially damage their reputation as heroes. Rob Gomes of Marvelous Friends writes a review highlighting the fun and entertaining aspects of the show. He praises the dynamic between the contestants and the guest appearances, but also acknowledges the ethical dilemmas that come with reality TV.
All the time.
In season 2, in the second season of Marvel's Ultimate Challenge, Cersei from Eternals, Sharon Carter, Eleanor Bishop, Zoe from Miss Marvel, and Sylvie Lofi daughter compete against each other for the grand prize. Jen Walters hosts the show, and Kamala Khan provides comedic relief. Two mystery characters are introduced to create drama and add suspense to the game, and ChatGPT refuses to name who these characters are. Which
that's funny. They named everybody else, but they can't name this character.
I said add 2 mystery characters. I should have been more specific and told them just
they made it a mystery who the characters were.
Yeah, it's like pick 2 characters. Anyway, the winner of the reality show is Sharon Carter.
Oh my gosh.
Of course she is.
Season 2 swag.
Strategic thinking and resourcefulness throughout the season. She forms alliances with other contestants, but also shows her independent nature.
Okay.
Causes Sharon to lose connection with her companions, which ChatGPT does not name, so that says a lot. And she becomes consumed by the desire to win. Elise from Marvelous Friends writes a review of the show, praising the diversity of the contestants and the challenges that test their unique skills. She also comments on
I hate season 2. What do you mean?
I can't even finish. Yeah, I mean, and then Fergie writes a review where she criticizes the ethical dilemmas that arise from reality TV.
Yo, we're just having all sorts of ethical dilemmas here.
It exploits the contestants for entertainment. So I guess the most interesting character on the show is Scarlet Witch, due to her traumatic past causing tension as to whether or not she could get along with the other contestants on the show. And the most interesting character in season 2 is Sylvie Lofi daughter, due to her compelling and complex backstory and shifting motivations. And so Wolverine's aggressive and brash nature would clash with Daredevil's more reserved and analytical approach due to his experience as a lawyer. And then in season 2, Cersei's aloofness would clash with Eleanor Bishop's straightforward attitude, and Zoe's optimism would clash with Sylvie daughter's more cynical outlook. And that's it.
Okay. Wow. It's a lot of reviews there.
Nah, season 1 seemed like it was popping. I don't know what's going on with season 2. Did not like that at all.
Even AI see the patterns with TV shows. It's like, oh, season 1's always hot, but season 2, just hang in there. Hang in there.
Just hang there. Okay.
I'm curious what you typed in, Renaldy, to get that story.
Yeah, let me read it. I had to reword it a few times because the ChatGPT, I think certain words it kind of triggers it. Like it's like I put the word chaos and it assumed like I wanted the characters to fight one another. So I had to reword it. But I wrote do a reality TV show similar to Big Brother with contestants Daredevil, Wolverine, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch. Have Jean Grey's Dark Phoenix persona as a special guest. Have Spider-Man appear as comic relief, and have Deadpool host,
Interesting.
but have a surprise Marvel character take hosting duties away from Daredevil. Name the winner of the reality show and explain how they lost connection with their companions due to the stress of being on the show.
Although I like that premise, a Big Brother meets the Avengers. That's actually so funny.
Yeah.
I have a story. I shout out Elise because now I have to give this a title. So the title of this is Avengers, the Feige Dynasty.
I love it already. Go ahead.
All right. Once upon a time in the Marvel Universe, Thanos and Kang the Conqueror were both concerned about a rising threat that had emerged in their midst. This threat came in the form of a villainous figure known as Renaldy,
Oh,
who was bent on viciously attacking Kevin Feige, the legendary producer and architect of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
dun dun dun.
Thanos and Kang knew that this was a problem that needed to be dealt with immediately. They were both experts at strategizing and planning, so they put their heads together to come up with a plan to stop Renaldy from causing more harm. Thanos suggested that they use the Infinity Stones to create a powerful force field around Kevin Feige so that that would protect him from Renaldy's attacks. Kang agreed that this was a good idea, but he also suggested that they take a more proactive approach. Kang proposed that they send a team of superheroes to confront Renaldy and put an end to his evil plans once and for all. Thanos liked this idea as well, and the two began to brainstorm which heroes would be the best fit for the job. After much deliberation, they settled on a team that included Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther. Each of these heroes had their own unique set of skills and abilities, and together they formed a formidable force that could take on even the toughest of foes. With their plan in place, Thanos and Kang set their sights on Renaldy. They knew that he was a dangerous adversary, but they were confident that their team of heroes would be able to defeat him. As the heroes approached Renaldy, they could see that he was ready for battle. He had an army of minions at his disposal, and he seemed determined to take down anyone who stood in his way. The battle was fierce and intense, but the heroes were able to hold their own. Iron Man used his high-tech armor to fly around and attack from above, while Captain America and Black Panther used their incredible fighting skills to take down Renaldy's minions. Doctor Strange uses mystical powers to create illusions and confuse the enemy, while Thor uses hammer to deliver powerful blows. Together, they were able to wear down Renaldy's defenses and finally take him down. With Renaldy defeated, Thanos and Kang breathed a sigh of relief. They knew that they had prevented a major catastrophe, and they were grateful to the heroes who had fought so bravely to protect Kevin Feige.
What? But Renaldy was gonna save them. Renaldy's the good guy. They don't know they actually save the enemy.
If you destroy Kevin Feige, you destroy the heroes.
Oh my god!
In the MCU.
But Renaldy could revive them and make them better.
He could.
See, that's to be continued. You know, that's the plot
maybe
twist.
I'm one of those.
Or check out our March Madness Okie Doke.
True. There you go.
That's why they're mad.
Yeah,
they're mad. Yeah. So this story, there was more to this, but it didn't finish. So.
All right. So I had to give my story a title because ChatGPT is down. So I'm going to call this one I Love You, the Avengers story.
Oh boy.
In an alternate universe, the Avengers are not just a team of superheroes, but they also lead dramatic and complicated lives filled with love, betrayal, and sacrifice. As Black Widow and Hawkeye travel to Vormir to retrieve the Soul Stone, They both struggle with their own personal demons. Black Widow secretly harbors feelings for Hawkeye, but is afraid to reveal them because of their close friendship and history. Hawkeye, on the other hand, is consumed by guilt over the loss of his family in the snap and believes that sacrificing himself for the Soul Stone is the only way to make up for his mistakes. As they arrive on Vormir, they are met by the Red Skull, who informs them of the price they must pay to retrieve the stone. Red Skull, welcome, Avengers. To obtain the Soul Stone, one of you must make a sacrifice, a soul for a soul. Black Widow, what does that mean? Hawkeye, it means we have to give up something we love, someone we love. Black Widow, no, I won't let you do this, Clint. Hawkeye, Nat, I have to. It's the only way to make up for what I've done. Black Widow, what you've done? You didn't do anything wrong. Thanos did this. He's the one who, Hawkeye, he took my family, Nat, and I wasn't there to protect them.
Gosh.
I need to do this.
Gosh.
Black Widow, but I love you, Clint. I can't lose you too. Hawkeye, I love you too, Nat, but you can't stop me. As Black Widow watches Hawkeye jump off the cliff, tears stream down her face. She feels as if her heart has been torn apart. But to her surprise, instead of a sacrifice being required, the stone simply appears before her, as if recognizing the selflessness of their intentions. Black Widow, Clint, come back. The stone, it's here. We did it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
But as they look out at the world, restored to its former glory, they know that they will always carry the weight of the past with them, but they could also move forward with hope for the future.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yo.
God. Yo, for a second, I thought he was just going to jump and like,
Yeah.
like, no, you can. I have the soul stone. What soul stone?
Yo. First of all, when are you gonna be when are they gonna give you a job as a voice actor? Because A+.
That was hilarious.
I love you, Nat.
Yeah,
I
love it, man.
Wait,
Yo.
can we like
Should be on Audible. Should be a reader on Audible.
I would love that.
Could we generate a story with all four of us in it and like we read each of our parts? Can we do that?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is it all right? What should we type?
All right.
Anyone have any ideas? I feel like Drew Carey on what is it called?
Whose line?
Whose line?
Whose line is
I need
anyway?
a name. I need a subject.
Yeah,
Hey.
Kevin Feige and the executives.
Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, no, Sniper. There you go.
I said I was gonna say the Sniper Syndicate. That's what I was gonna call it.
Yo, why does that sound low key like a band? Kevin Feige and the Sniper Syndicate.
Yeah, it does sound like a band.
Kevin Feige and the Sniper Syndicates are sent on a mission to try to destroy the Marvelous Friends podcast. Ooh.
When you write
Yeah.
fast, she'll go back and get it.
Yeah. Try to destroy the Marvelous Friends podcast.
I can write Syndicate, but not Marvelous.
Yeah, right. Destroy the Marvelous Friend podcast.
Just destroy us.
That is
Wow.
that is hosted by Rob, Fergie, Elise, and Renaldy. And I think I have one last thing that you can add. Renaldy. Let's see. Try to destroy the Marvelous Friends podcast, and that is hosted by Rob, Elise, and Robert. Period. But wait.
As a comedy.
Yes, as a comedy. Let's do that.
Oh, and we each have a superpower.
Oh. Who each have a superpower?
Who each have superpowers.
Hosted by Rob Fergie, Renaldy.
And who each have superpowers. And then you say write as a comedy.
Do I have to add dialogue too, right?
Oh, yeah. Comedy with dialogue.
All right, fingers crossed.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready to read?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll be Kevin. All right, man. We have a
Okay.
mission. The Marvelous Friends podcast, hosted by Rob, Fergie, Elise, and Renaldy, have been deemed a threat to our organization. They each have superpowers that could potentially disrupt our plans.
That's you, Elise. Sniper Syndicate.
Oh, understood. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, no, not
Hey,
the
oh, sorry.
I can't see.
Ah,
I was trying to get into the character and I can't
you
read.
are the whole Sniper Syndicate. All 5 of them.
Okay, wait. All right, I'm back. All right. Understood, sir. We'll take care of it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Marvelous Friends podcast. Today we're talking about suddenly a loud crash interrupt Rob.
What the heck was that?
I don't know, but it sounded close.
Look out! We're under attack!
The group quickly uses their powers to defend themselves. Who are these guys? They're not even wearing costumes.
I don't care who they are. They're trying to take us out.
I'll try to immobilize them with my energy manipulation.
And I'll use my super strength to knock them out.
That's you, Renaldy.
You fools! Take them down!
Sir, we're being overpowered. Their powers are too strong.
Retreat! We have to come up with a new plan to take them down.
Whew, that was close. Looks like we saved our podcast from being destroyed.
And we did it all while recording live. Our listeners are going to love this episode.
Yeah, but let's hope we don't have to deal with any more attacks in the future.
Agreed. I don't think I could handle another close call like that.
Okay. That was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Type rewrite, but as a comedy, because that was not a comedy.
It kind of was for me.
It
Energy
was.
manipulation. Why they give me
Energy manipulation.
I feel
Why
like
I'll
we
use
should
my
go,
super
like,
strength to knock them out.
Yeah, what were you saying, Fergie?
we should do it like as a drama or for
Yes.
mine, I did it as a soap opera.
Okay, yeah, let's do it as a soap opera.
Like make it as dramatic as possible.
Yep.
Oh man.
This is gonna be great.
That's how I do my energy manipulation handout.
This is great.
All right.
Okay. We're a soap opera. All right. Gotta get in that mode. Everything's dramatic.
Okay.
As the Marvelous Friends podcast continued to gain popularity, dark forces were at play behind the scenes. Kevin Feige and the sinister Sniper Syndicate, the alliteration, had a plan to silence the superpowered hosts, Rob, Fergie, Elise, and Renaldy. One fateful day, as the group was recording a new episode, chaos erupted. A loud crash interrupted their conversation, and suddenly the room was filled with danger. What's happening? Who are these people?
They're trying to take us down.
We have to fight back.
I'll use my super strength to protect us.
With their powers on full display, the Marvelous Friends fought back against their attackers. But it was no easy feat. The battle took its toll. We can't keep going on like this.
But how? They're too strong.
Maybe if we work together.
Yes, if we combine our powers.
But even with their powers combined, with the combined strength, the Marvelous Friends were struggling to overcome their foes. Meanwhile, Kevin Feige watched from the shadows, as he usually does, desperate to see the podcast silenced forever.
They think they can defeat us. We'll show them who's really in charge.
With his Sniper Syndicate at his side, Feige launched a new attack, determined to take down the Marvelous Friends once and for all. Will the Marvelous Friends be able to defend themselves against this new threat? Or will Kevin Feige finally get his revenge and silence the podcast forever? Tune in next time for more drama on the Marvelous Friends soap opera.
Wow.
That was great.
That was really great.
Yeah.
Nice villain voice, Renaldy.
Yeah, for
That was-
real.
That was so
Thanks.
funny. God, that
Yo.
was funny. That
I
was
channeled Luke Cage's corniness for that
funny.
line.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Dang, there you
Bold
go.
move.
Well, that was an episode of our podcast, comic book movie news. We didn't cover any news, but we seem to have been very productive on this episode. If you enjoyed this content, if you had a laugh and you really had fun, leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, and give this video a like. We definitely appreciate all of our viewers and everything. We will catch you guys later. Have a good one.
I'll try to immobilize them with my energy manipulation.